One of Paul's earliest letters was his first letter to the Thessalonians. Paul wrote it during the second of 3 missionary journeys that he made throughout the Roman Empire. Paul and Silas had spent less than a month in Thessalonica before they were strongly encouraged to leave the city. Many Jews and Gentiles had been saved and started a church there. Not long afterwards, Paul sent Timothy there for an update, and he came back with some very encouraging news, and so Paul wrote this letter to further encourage and instruct the Thessalonian people. Call it Thessalonica or Thessalonica, it doesn't really matter. Tomato, tomato, that's not what's important. In a short time and with very little training, the Thessalonians became the talk of the town. Some of the local Jews didn't want Paul preaching to the Gentiles, so Paul took off just ahead of the tar and feathers. Safe down south in Athens, he sent Timothy to encourage them and see how they were doing. Timothy reported that their reputation as a faithful and godly church had spread and that they were looked to as an example by Christians in the entire region. Paul was glad that his short visit with them had not been for nothing. He was encouraged by their deep conviction, and he prayed for them to work by faith, labor in love, and endure with hope. Where some churches had to contend with false teachers, the Thessalonians' problem was more physical. Paul knew all too well that the church there was enduring persecution, and yet they were standing strong. He was encouraged that they were more interested in pleasing God than pleasing man, and he loved them like they were his own family. Paul reminded them that this life is not all there is. He told them that the Lord was going to come again and call his people home. No one knows when that will happen, but we can and must be ready for it. Paul hoped that he would see them soon. Until then, he was hopeful that their love would continue to increase and overflow, that they would encourage and uplift each other, to encourage the timid, avoid evil, be patient with everyone, be joyful, thankful, and prayerful.